enjoying my day off. It's a little bit foggy. I'm just going to try and have a little fun. Try and not get killed by my idiot drivers. Take you to a fun little stretch of road that's actually technically in town. Give you a nice view. Maybe take you to a few other spots. Anybody want a dresser? Oh, it's so nice. They resurfaced the road. Repaved. Little ramble here. You know, I don't think I've ever seen that bike move. Political. Well, kind of political. It's more pertaining to laws in the United States. Now, our speed laws are kind of antiquated. Each state has a separate speed law, a separate maximum speed limit, and various sub-laws that apply to them. The main problem is that they're not taking into account new technology, new braking systems, yada yada yada, so forth. For instance, right now I'm in a 25 mile an hour zone, which is an urban setting. For my state, 25 miles an hour is where you would find houses and so forth. Businesses are, oh, nice little bike over there. Businesses are, business areas are 20 miles an hour. Which is fine. And I have got a car or an SUV right up my ass. What the fuck? Back the fuck off, bitch. Don't weave, back the fuck off. Speed limit's 25 for a reason, you fucking cunt. If I had to guess, I'd say she was 25 feet behind my tail. If I go down, she's going over top of me. Get the fuck off my road. Oh my god, fucking people. Anyway. When I was living down in Mississippi, the southeast of the United States, the speed limit for business areas was 20 miles an hour. And for residential, it was 20, which, in my opinion, makes a little bit more sense because you're going 5 miles an hour slower in the residential where there's going to be kids, or where the majority of the time you're going to find the kids. Whereas in the business section, there might be a little bit more foot traffic, but there's going to be less kids, and kids are prone to darting out into traffic, as everyone knows. So I would have to say that Mississippi has that right better than Oregon. Have the residential slower than the business districts so that you can get more safety and less child fatalities. But on the subject of, like, this road here, I am technically outside of city limits at this point. It is still a residential area, but the speed limit is low. I mean, I feel like I'm creeping along right now, and I'm actually speeding. Well, not speeding by the definition of the law, because a lot of the police officers around here say, are subscribed to the 9 you're fine, 10 you're mine philosophy. And I don't know if it's my bike in particular, but all of the speed limits happen to be between my gears. I mean, like right now I'm at 2,500 RPMs. Ooh, deer. 2,500 RPMs and 30 miles an hour. If I drop down a gear, I'll go up to 3,000 RPMs, and by the time I get down to 25 miles an hour, I'll be at like 2,000 RPMs, and my engine will be struggling to go along. And I've noticed that I really don't want my RPMs to drop below 2,500. But now I'm in a 35, so that's better. Let's see, 3,500 or 35 miles an hour, 3,000 RPMs. Kick it up one, drops to 2,500 for this particular gear. But if I go any slower than this, it'll start struggling to go along. Like I said, as you can see, it's pretty foggy. I hope the camera's not fogged up. Drop to a 30. But not far from here, it'll actually change to a 55 because it's a straight stretch. Yeah. But going slower on this particular road, as you saw, there was that deer, isn't a bad idea because of deer. Deer are very unpredictable. And if you're not careful, they can wipe you out. There's the lake. Not much to see with it covered in fog, is there? I have noticed, though, pertaining to our traffic laws and roadways in general, that UK roads tend to be a lot narrower. And I mean a lot. You guys have a lot more single lane roads and roads where it appears to be only about 15 feet wide, which is like a foot too narrow for two 8-foot vehicles to pass. Which is why I've seen in some vloggers' videos, a couple of people go off into the hedges just to get around each other. Yeah, bicyclist coming up. See, if I was the only one on the road right now, I would be seriously contemplating that we're in the mist. It's a little bit chilly. Time for the windy portion of the road. Yeah, it hasn't gotten windy yet, but it is now. A little bit bumpy. Truck. Actually, I had to pop it up into 6th gear right there. Foggy Klamath Falls. Yay. Hard to believe we're considered high desert here. Now for the fast part of the road. 30 miles an hour ends now. Now we're going along at 55. Yay!
Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'd much appreciate it. Ride safe, my brothers. Ciao.